Hi, I'm Nick Newmont, clinical hypnotherapist, psychic, and healer in Agoura Hills, California. And today we're talking about new moon. Now, the new moon and the full moon get a lot of press. They speak to us about things that we initiate or finish. And the concept of astrology doesn't really tell us what to do, especially in Western astrology. And in Western astrology, there are 12 houses, there are 12 signs, just like a clock has 12 numbers. So when you look at an astrology chart, in a manner of speaking, you're looking at a clock. And from the psychic perspective, one of the hardest things to predict is when. Psychically, we pick up on who, what, where, but when is always tough. And that's when the predictive sciences, such as astrology and numerology, come into play. Now, at this time, we're going into a new moon. Saturday, September 12th at 11:41 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is the new moon. And since we do live in the world on time zones, wherever you are, and when you're seeing this, tells you to adjust to your time zone for that. The new moon this time around is in the sign of Virgo. Virgo rules our physical health, our working relationships, it rules our habits and patterns, and Virgo is very analytical. So when we go into a new moon in Virgo, what we want to do is develop new patterns in regard to eating, health and rest, working out. All those things come into play because Virgo is very accountable and very analytical. This is also a time when we really want to look at the details of what's going on. Sometimes we don't see the forest for the trees, but this is a time we want to look at the minutiae. Is there something that you're doing in terms of your responsibilities or your accounting procedures that needs to be fine-tuned? The Virgo energy at times can be kind of picky, but it's designed to see things that the other people, the other signs, don't see. So what I recommend in the new moon is start new habits, because when we get to 2 weeks from now, when we go to the full moon, that's the time when we reach the culmination of what we've set in motion. And because the new moon occurs every 28 days, we get 13 new moons a year. So think about that. Those are 13 opportunities to start a new process. Now, there is a concept of astrological psychology. Because the moon rules your subconscious, when you are repeating bad habits at the new moon, your brain actually creates a deeper groove on what that habit is. Mathematically, let's say you've been smoking for 20 years, and because there's 13 new moons a year, each time you continue to smoke at the new moon, you deepen the groove. So if you multiply 20 times 13, that's 260. That means that groove in your brain is 260 levels deep, and it reinforces the bad habit of smoking. Now, what do you do to change that? Well, on the next new moon, you begin a new habit. And I've actually had people come in for hypnotherapy when it was their personal new moon to bring about starting a new habit or to create a new groove, meaning you get out of the grooves that are this deep, and then you move over and create a new groove. So for all of us, because of the new moon, this is an opportunity to get into a new groove of life. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to eat better? Do you want to work out more? Do you want to start something that's new and different with your job? These are all opportunities that are Virgo related. This is a time to also fix or repair anything that's going on with your coworkers. Now keep in mind, as we are looking at September the 12th, we are a week away, or less than, from Mercury retrograde, and Virgo rules Mercury. So this is a time to make sure that we're headed into this new moon and Mercury retrograde period with new habits, new ideas, things that are for the betterment of our day-to-day processes, because Virgo is as mundane as it gets. So keep that in mind this weekend. Plan something new, do something new, take care of you. I'm Nick Newmont in Agoura Hills. If you'd like to know more about how the new moon affects your chart, get in touch with me via this channel. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.